Let me know if you say one body. You are chill, shaka, mob your passenger.
It's my musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it. And I mean you cheche, do it for your safety. If you see don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
Brandy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on on Ghana Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start up top. Come on, so go deep and deeper. Put it to each game. We are living
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the program from the Print News on Freedom FM 87.9 and Liberia's #1 online radio, Radio LIB. My name is Wendell Nimna, welcoming you to this March 24, 2026 edition of the Print News, brought to you by Crime Stoppers Liberia, Exodus Best Price Tool, and my Yuba & Sons Incorporated. Wendell Nimna is my name, and I'm here this morning with Esther Daku. Esther, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to the good people of Liberia. My name is Esther Daku. It's good to be here this morning again on today is Tuesday, and it's good to be here.
All right, so we're here to run you through trending stories in the country and too many interesting things to talk about. Those of you who are listening to us right now and those of you who are watching us, please, it's always good to drop a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Please make sure you drop a comment in our comment section, all right? So we are about to run you through the stories we've got to share with you this morning. Before me is the hard copy of the, did I say hard copy? I'm sorry, the online version of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Esther, what do you have for us?
I have the online version of the Daily Observer.
Okay, so let me take our first story this morning. Very interesting. Our very first story on the Print News. It says here, President Bouaka seeks France intervention as Guinean troops and customs officers deployed on Liberian soil. Again, sources. President Bouaka seeks France intervention as Guinean troops and customs officers deployed on Liberian soil. The thing is getting worse by the day. Sources within the executive mansion have confirmed or have informed Front Page Africa that Joseph Nima Bouaka has reportedly made direct diplomatic contact with Emmanuel Macron, seeking France's intervention in the escalating boundary dispute between Liberia and Guinea. The move comes amid growing concerns over the reported presence of Guinean troops and customs officers on what Liberia considers its sovereign territory. Senior officials speaking on condition of anonymity due to the sensitivity of the matter described the outreach as a calculated diplomatic effort aimed at preventing further escalation. According to the sources, President Bouaka believes France's historical ties and influence in Francophone West Africa position President Macron as a credible intermediary capable of engaging Guinea authorities at the highest level. One senior executive mansion source stated, the president is deeply concerned about the situation unfolding at the border, particularly with reports of Guinean security presence on Liberian soil. In reaching out to President Macron, he is exploring a trusted diplomatic channel that can help de-escalate tensions and ensure that dialogue prevails over confrontation. France has long-standing relations with Guinea, and that relationship could be pivotal in calming the situation before it deteriorates further. Another high-level source added, this is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of responsible leadership. President Bouaka understands the historical complexities of the Liberia-Guinea boundary and recognizes that resolving such disputes requires more than bilateral talks. But engaged in France, Liberia is leveraging international partnerships to reinforce peace, protect its territorial integrity, and avoid a situation that could spiral into conflict. The Liberia-Guinea boundaries dispute has its roots in colonial era, arrangements dating back to agreements between Liberia and France, which governed Guinea at the time. These agreements, often imprecisely mapped and poorly demarcated on the ground, created ambiguities that have persisted for decades. Over time, differing interpretations of boundary markers and natural landmarks have fueled periodic disagreements between the two countries, particularly in remote forested regions where official demarcation remains unclear. In recent years, population movements, farming activities, and local economic interests have further complicated the situation. Communities on both sides of the border often rely on the same land for survival, leading to overlapping claims and heightening sensitivities whenever state authorities attempt to enforce territorial boundaries. These long-standing issues have made the border one of the more delicate flashpoints in the Mano River region. Regional and continental bodies last week stepped in to address the growing tensions. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has called for restrained and renewed dialogue between the two countries. In a statement, ECOWAS urged both governments to prioritize peaceful resolution mechanisms and avoid any actions that could inflame tensions. We called on Liberia and Guinea to exercise maximum restraint and to recommit to dialogue and existing mediation frameworks. The stability of the region depends on cooperation and respect for established processes, ECOWAS said. Similarly, the African Union, AU, has emphasized the importance of diplomacy in resolving the dispute. The AU noted that the border disagreements must be handled through peaceful means in line with international law. The African Union encourages both parties to engage constructively and to utilize continental and regional mechanisms to resolve this matter. Dialogue and mutual respect remain the most effective tools for maintaining peace and stability, the EU stated. That's the EU stated. Efforts to resolve the crisis previously led to a memorandum of understanding signed following mediation involving Joseph Bouaka of Liberia, Mamadi Doumbouya of Guinea, and Julius Maada Bio of Sierra Leone. The agreement was intended to ease tensions, promote dialogue, and establish mechanisms for addressing boundary concerns through joint technical committees and regular consultations. But we'll leave the story right there, and folks, jump to more stories. That's it. Seeking Macron's help is a question mark to this caption. President Bouaka seeks France intervention. Let's run more stories here on the front page online version. And our next story has to do with STAN. STAN is the civil society group, the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day. The civil society group, it says, called on U.S. international partners to intervene diplomatically in Liberia-Guinea border crisis. The civil society group Solidarity and Trust for a New Day Stand has called for urgent diplomatic intervention by the United States of America and key international partners to help de-escalate rising tensions along the Liberia-Guinea border. In a statement issued Monday, Stand appealed to the U.S. government Mobake Molu, who said the preservation of peace, democracy, and stability must remain paramount for Liberia, Guinea, and the wider West African region. Esther, I think we'll stop right here and then send controls to you to bring us more developments from the online version of the Daily Observer newspaper.
Of course. So before me this morning, I have the Liberian Observer, which is the online version of the Daily Observer. And we have it right here this morning, and we have a lot of stories. We'll take some. Here it says Fairmont gets new composting plant as EPA MCC partners push waste to wealth drive. This is what we want to see. I mean, waste to wealth drive. Let's see some lines from this story. It says, okay, this is not, well, okay, we're not looking for pictures. But we have the story right here this morning, and it says the Environmental Protection Agency and the Monrovia City Corporation have commissioned a modern organic composting facility designed to reduce pressure on the city's landfill. According to an EPA press release, the facility aims to mitigate disease risks and transform organic waste into valuable fertilizer for local farmers. The project is backed by technical and financial support from the Government of Canada through the Monitoring, Reporting, and Verification for Climate Action Project in Liberia. The new plant is designed to help the city transition from open dumping to organized waste recovery and recycling, the release said. Speaking at the commissioning, EPA Executive Director Dr. Emmanuel Yakpawolo described the facility as more than an infrastructure addition, calling it proof that Liberia will adopt practical systems that protect the environment while creating economic benefits. Today, it is not just about opening a facility, it's about validating a new model for Liberia, Yakpawolo said, noting that the EPA technical oversight and regulatory guidance help shape an approach that is environmentally sound and workable. He assured residents that the EPA and partners are preparing additional initiatives to increase the share of municipal waste recycled rather than discard. He assured MCC Mayor John Charuk Siafar, whose administration has prioritized sanitation reforms, told community members that the plant strengthens the city capacity to address waste as a public health concern. And we are waging a determined war on waste because it is a public health issue and a shared responsibility, Siafar said, linking the initiative to President Joseph Newman Walker's ARES agenda, particularly Pillar 5 on the environmental sustainability. The mayor said the facility will support the production of compost for agriculture, reduce the amount of organic waste going to landfills and transfer stations, lower disposal costs over time, and contribution to climate action by reducing maintenance emission generated when waste decompose untreated. For its part, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, which provided the land for the facility, also underscored the importance of interagency cooperation in delivering results. LWSC Deputy Managing Director for Administration T. Wilson Gay said the institution did not hesitate to make space available, describing the project as vital to improve city service and environmental protection. Also speaking at the event, International Pilot lead Chris Godlove, representing Solid Waste Management Transformative Project, called the commissioning a milestone in waste management innovation and credited governmental leadership and partner coordination for bringing the pilot into operation. A significant policy signal also came from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, where Assistant Minister for Development Planning, Honorable Wellington Bachu, said the government is moving towards stronger budget backing for sanitation. Citing Program 36 on the IRS agenda, Bachu pledged to champion delegated funding for solid waste management in the 2027 national budget, arguing that sanitation infrastructure should be viewed as a long-term investment in national health and development. Community-based enterprises and sector stakeholders attending the event welcome the facility as both a practical response to long-standing waste bottlenecks and a new source of opportunity, particularly for small operators and waste workers who stand to benefit from a more structured recovery system. With the facility now commissioned, EPA and MCC officials says public cooperation, especially proper waste separation and improved disposal habits, will be critical to making the project effective and scalable across Monrovia and beyond. Let's leave you there. This is all we have. And as a matter of fact, this is the online version of the Daily Observer, which is the Liberian Observer. Next story we have here: achieving gender equality comes from a cost, advice for Liberian advocates. And then we see Liberian football breaks FIFA ban. This is also here. And then we see, let's go back. One of the top stories here this morning, we see it says Liberian oil ambitions gain global momentum. Liberian oil ambitions gain global momentum. Let's take some lines from this story and then we can run to other stories. It says the government push to reposition Liberia as an emerging petroleum destination has received a significant boost, with the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority securing high-level technical and institutional backing for the United States government and key international financial institutions ahead of its highly anticipated 2026 direct negotiation licensing round. The Washington, D.C. mission, led by Marilyn T. Logan, marks a strategic inflection point in Liberia's oil and gas journey, one that signals a transition from speculative exploration to structured credibility-driven sector governance. Other members of the mission were Jacob Kabakuo, chairman of the LPRA board, Sar Joining, senior economic advisor to the president, and Councilor Kuo Dolia, member of the LPRA board of directors. The delegation was joined in Washington by Mr. Charles Allen, Minister Chancellor at the Embassy of Monrovia. U.S. backing is being considered as a strategic vote for confidence. The LPRA's engagement with major U.S. institutions, including the International Monetary Fund, the U.S. Department of Commerce, the U.S. Department of Energy, and the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, represent more than routine diplomatic outreach. They amount to a strategic endorsement of the country's petroleum governance reform agenda. For a country whose oil sector has long been characterized by unrealized potential, such backing carries three major implications, such as enhanced credibility in a competitive investment market. The global petroleum industry investor confidence hangs heavily on governance, transparency, and regulatory predictability. U.S. technical support, particularly in fiscal modeling and regulatory systems, signals to international investors that Liberia is aligning with global best practice. This is especially critical as Liberia prepares to market its offshore blocks in 2026, competing with more established oil procedures in West Africa, such as Ghana and Nigeria. Let's move forward to more stories this morning. We have lots of stories here. And this says register or shut down. The Liberia National Tourism Authority launches nationwide campaign focused on formalizing tourism sector with improved standards and positioning. Register or shut down. Let's see what this is about, because this is just a short phrase that we have to go through to know what it's actually about. The Liberia National Tourism Authority has launched a ruthless nationwide campaign aimed at formalizing the tourism sector with a strong focus on business registration, improved standards, and repositioning the country as a competitive global destination. The initiative, unveiled during a high visible roadshow across Monrovia, aimed at shifting from routing regulation to a more structured and results driven approach on the country's new tourism governance framework. Okay, it says that this is about building a credible tourism sector that benefits both operations and customers. We want to create an environment where quality service is guaranteed and businesses can thrive, she said. The LNT is established under the 2026 Liberia National Tourism Act, now operates as a standalone body responsible for overseeing the development, regulation, and promotion of tourism. Official says the transition has strengthened oversight and introduced reforms informed by stakeholders' input. But let's leave you here and look at more stories this morning. Minister cries listening to our signals a data-driven reset for youth agenda. I think this is the last story we'll take for today. Let's see what the minister is doing. Okay, and okay, we have it. In a decisive break from the traditional top-up style of governance, Youth and Sports Minister Cornelia Wankala Kra embarked on an ambitious nationwide assessment tour immediately following her confirmation, an earlier signal of a leadership approach grounded in evidence, proximity, and youth-centered reforms. The first phase of the tour, which covered Lofa, Margibi, Grand Cape Mount, Bapolu, and Monterrey counties between March 16 and 21, has not only surfaced deep structural challenges facing young people, but has also revealed the contours of what could become one of the most consequential youth policy resets in the country's recent history. Okay, it says for decades, Liberian youth policy has largely been designed in conference rooms in Monrovia, often detached from the life realities of the very population they aim to serve. Minister Krau's decision to begin her turning with a grand level assessment represents a deliberate shift from assumption driven policy making to data driven governance. We don't have an actual view of what's happening in these communities when we sit in Monrovia. We design programs to establish during the tour. This approach carries significant implications for her young administration. It signals a move towards participatory governance where policy is shaped and not just for young people, but with them. It also reflects a recognition that Liberia's youth challenges are not uniform. They are deeply localized, requiring tailored interventions rather than one size fits all programs. Minister Crow early actions must be understood within a broader national context. The nation's population is overwhelmingly young, with nearly 75% under the age of 35. In theory, this youth bulk represents a powerful engine for growth. In practice, it has become a source of economic and social strain. High unemployment, limited access to education and skills training, and widespread informality about left many young people excluded have left many young people excluded from meaningful participation in the economy. Crow herself during her confirmation process framed this challenge as a failure of systems rather than individuals. Our challenge is not a lack of youth potential, it is the absence of pathways. So we leave you there. This is also file we have from the Liberian Observer Online. We'll send controls back to Wendell for a continuation of this program.
Thank you very much, Esther Daku. And shortly, folks, we'll bring in Suleiman Tunis, our weather report man, to run us through the weather report for today and the days to come. So we will catch up with our break, take word from our sponsor. When we come back, we send controls to the United States. So let's take a break and be right back on the program from the print news.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to serve the sort of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Randy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cold Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide.
Yes, indeed. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction is that place set aside for you where you can go and have everything for that special occasion. You know, you have your little restaurant and you want to get drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. You have your shop, you know, you have your entertainment area. You want to go get drinks for cheaper price. Everything you want is right there at Exodus Best Price Store. They have 2 branches. One is on the Old Road and the other one is down Gurley Street. Exodus Best Price Store is also the owner and operator of the Exodus Entertainment Center, where you go and get cold drinks of your choice. And folks, the good news about Exodus Best Price Store is that they have reduced all of the prices on club beer products. So that's the good news for you who are interested in getting club beer products. And we also have with us Mayuba and Sons Incorporated. Get them on their website, www.mayuba.com. And they have an office there opposite the NAFA headquarters. All right, so those are the areas you can go and contact the folks. Let's send controls to Suleiman Tunis, who is going to run us through my man, you done with your show. Why are you sitting in here? Huh? Abu Sharif getting us hard time this morning. Yeah, let me expose him. He's done with his show. He can't give me hard time. Let's send controls to Tunis and Gus to run us through. Guys, good morning.
Good morning. You hear me?
Yeah,
good morning.
I hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Esther. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Tunis. Gus Foreman, glad to be here.
What's up with the weather report, man?
Good morning. I'm feeling far better than a few days ago anyway. Thank God, thank God. All right, yeah, like you said, the weather report man, Suleiman Hashim Tunis, coming to you live from Radio LIB here on Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station.
Weather report man, on the weather.
I know, right?
Can you believe that? But for the rest of the day, guys, first of all, say salam alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. For the rest of the day, we have 86 degrees in Monrovia, mostly cloudy. Don't worry about rain. It's only 10%. Precipitation, 10%, which is chances of rain, 10%. Wind is very low, 4 miles per hour. Humidity starting from 64. As the day goes on, it starts getting higher. That's what I experienced yesterday. So right now it's 64 humidity, so it's a little bit hot. Tomorrow, Wednesday, all day, it's 87, man. Yo, the summer, even though you say we are you're approaching the rainy season, but you're in the 90 every day. This is 87, feels like 93. All right, so that's a very high temperature in Liberia right now. The sun is blazing like hell. The morning, if you go out, tomorrow morning rather, when you go out there, you're going to see heavy sun throughout. The rain is only 10%, so don't depend on that. Wind 8 miles per hour. Humidity will start from 70 and it will go up. Thursday, almost the same. Precipitation is about 20%, which is chances of rain, 8 miles per hour, wind, and humidity in the 70. So you're on your own. Though. On the time, you're getting a little bit of break, probably will be Friday, but we're not going to talk about it until tomorrow. So that's your day. The rest of the day, don't expect any rain. If the rain comes, then so be it. But I don't think any rain in the weather forecast today. And the humidity tonight, be ready for it. No breeze is blowing. Wind is silent. 4 miles per hour. It's not anything. So that's it. You're hearing from Freedom FM. Anytime you hear the weather report from Freedom FM, DOA is accurate. We give you accurate weather report. I think even though this is a weather report, but let me just throw in a little bit. I think things are getting tougher on the area, Lofak border area, because
very. The tension there is escalating. I'm telling you.
Exactly. Now we have now calling on the French government, and we are also is calling on the American government. So it's not an easy thing. Okay, let me send contact back to you.
Well, Gus, let's hear from you. You've been there and listening to all of the stories. This Guinea and Liberia border thing is kind of confusing. We've been told that, customs activities are now going on at the area there. I'm telling you. So I don't know where are we as a country.
It means they have cleaned the area. That's what it means.
Yeah.
With whether you agree or not, they have taken it. It's sad. It's a sad thing.
What happened? Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. It just your screen just went blank on me.
That's your area. Yeah, you probably reached to a dead area. But
yeah. So again, the situation going on. As we're all aware, nothing's going to change until a government that really understands through diplomacy can move on. They talk about diplomacy. How is this diplomacy when you're talking to just the person there? There has to be some kind of push and pull. If one person is just doing the aggression and there is nothing else, there is no diplomacy. You're not going to talk. Because they have the way. They can say and do whatever they want. Again, the government needs to be a little more aggressive in the sense that, one, they're on our side. Our military can be deployed and defend our side. Nobody's saying go shoot at anybody. Our military is here. If your military try to encourage on us, then of course then something will happen. But the fact that we cannot even deploy our military in those areas is a problem. And then you talk about diplomacy. Liberia again still stands as number one right now in some of the global leadership. If you were at the United Nations, we have guy suffering man that is sent over there to UN Council where
Louis Brown.
you got guys like that. Louis Brown. You got those people sitting over there. When was the last time that stuff been brought to the? That's one of the things United Nations has been against. These border issues. If this stuff is happening, why isn't there a communique from the United Nations on this situation? Our relationship with France. Domoya don't have the best relationship right now. Let's be honest. Domoya's doing whatever he's doing, but Domoya wants to be like some of the other boys, Burkina Faso and them, but he doesn't really have the strength. And we keep reminding everybody, this Guinea, they might have some flashy whatever. I love what one of these guys said, the former rebel leaders. He said this. He said, we came here with single barrels, and guess what? We obtained weapons. You can have all the flashy weapons. There's something called ambush. You will not, those weapons can get seized. Again, we have partners around the globe that understand where we stand. Somebody also made this point. All these borderline Guineas talking about, you didn't even have independence before Liberia, and Liberia helped you get independence. Now you come and talk about what you a borderline. Your independence was helped by this same Liberia that you're talking about today. But these people that say they're doing diplomacy and whatnot, they're not drawing a line. And the citizens will draw a line soon. And Bouakai will have nothing to do. Okay? And in the end, that's what's going to happen. Because if you look around and you see how many towns and villages have been basically evacuated by the citizens. These people have nowhere to go. These people have lived in those areas forever or eternity. At some point, they're going to be fed up. And it's going to take one incursion. One. And it's over. It always happens in these type of situations. It's going to take one situation, and these people will not be able to handle it. And I don't know what the authorities are doing. You're sending TikTok Gregory Coleman to a border, and paramilitary people to a border with military against military people. What's wrong with us? So I don't know. I'm just sick of Liberia, man. I'm telling you, the Liberian citizens have to do something.
That's why somebody said Liberia is a weird country, very weird.
Yeah, we spend so much money on legislature and president, but we can't even spend it on the citizens and even our military to defend our own land. We've seen it. People have propagated it, and nothing happened. But thanks, man.
You know why Liberia is complaining that Guinea have crossed on their territory and all of that. They want our international partners to come and step in. But look, Esther, you know how many presidents have come and gone that we've never heard of any tension at the Lofa, the Guinea and Liberia border?
Exactly.
Because the demarcation is there.
Mm-hmm.
The demarcation is there. So why this time around Guinea has moved on our territory to seize portion of our land? What prompted that? Something must be the cause. That's why the government is not telling us. But the government is calling for, diplomacy. They want to resolve the issue, in a peaceful manner and all of that. Yeah.
But Wendell,
And
even if something prompted it, Wendell, you still know this. Even if something prompted it. Again, these are governments. It's not Wendell and Goskoma. Something prompted it. You have international bodies. Tell us what prompted it. Why is Guinea not telling us what prompted it? What prompted it? What is that situation done now? And if it's done, why are you still on our land? You see what I'm saying? So again, there's just too many little innuendo. The only thing I can think of, they see a weak man, and they see Liberians, and they're just gonna continue.
That's why I keep asking Wendell, what did the president sign? Because if the president went there and signed a communique, what did you guys
memorandum of
sign?
understanding.
Exactly.
What the MOU
So
was.
if you guys
yeah.
signed a memorandum of understanding, what did it say? Can you
Yes.
spell it out for us? We need to know. Because if you went there and you want us to be calm or remain calm, the people have occupied our land.
Yeah.
Do you expect us to remain calm forever?
Listen to this video. Let me play this.
I think you can see for yourself. They are all in the trees. They are gearing to come to attack. They are planning to burn our towns. They are planning to come and burn our towns and villages. I am speaking to you as district commissioner. I came this morning just to quiet our young people. Now they have come to attack man. Let it come. You see them? The Kishi is no more about military. It is Kishi to Kishi. The Guinean Kishi are come to attack the Liberians on the side that they got to burn our towns and villages. So please be in the know.
You see that? You see men trying to cross the river, with cutlasses and stuff in their hands. It's scaring. The situation is escalating. Why are these people not telling us what really went wrong that Guinea is claiming our land today? Why are they not telling us?
Brother, I believe that we should know the reason by now. It's just that we have an inexperienced government in Liberia right now, and they claim that they know all. They don't even know the proper steps to de-escalate this issue. They try the wrong way, and they keep trying the wrong way. There are steps to take to get to de-escalate these things. The first step they took, they failed, which was the Mana River Union. They failed that, and still they keep going to the wrong place. You don't have to run to the United Nations. It's too early for that. You have ECOWAS right there. You can call this the attention to the ECOWAS. That's the second step.
But Tunis, Guinea does not recognize or respect ECOWAS, because when you remember the coup that took place in Guinea, ECOWAS requested to go back to status quo ante. They refused. They don't have respect for ECOWAS.
It doesn't really matter whether they have
opposition leaders from
it matters. Don't say it doesn't really matter. It matters. ECOWAS is the body that controls all the West African states. So if one country is not respecting ECOWAS, how do you say it doesn't matter? It matters.
Let me just lay my premise, please. I'm not saying it doesn't matter to that extent, but Liberia is member of ECOWAS. And if one of the country of ECOWAS being disrespected with a border partner, bring it to their attention. There's a way to address it. Okay, before you move to even going to French president. Okay, they are confused. The government is confused how to handle this. Believe me. This is the reason why we're going through the how on earth someone come a country, encroach into your country, harassing your citizens, they're moving from villages, moving to nowhere, and you say you're going to, the first thing you needed to do is to send your military to go and counteract with them. All right, Doe did the same thing with Sierra Leone in the 80s. All right. I'm not saying that Guinea is part of United Nations and all of that, but Liberia is ECOWAS. Liberia is member. If one of the members being harassed or disrespected, bring it to their attention. There is a way to go through whether there are other countries a member or not. Then when you are trying to do anything, they will back you. They will come.
How long has it been? It's dragging. I mean, we go into three weeks now.
That's why I said the government is inexperienced. We are dealing with inexperienced government. So and they claim to tell us that they know all of it. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. How the speaker will go confront? How a speaker will go confront a military at the border? A speaker is supposed to go to the city to go and deal with this diplomatically, not to go confront to go to the war front. What a speaker, you yourself, what GRG going to do?
So this is where I want to come in. What I'm saying is that Guinea does not respect ECOWAS. That's one. Because if Guinea had respect for all of these international bodies, everything. What they did, they wouldn't have done it. Because if you have an issue with with a country, most especially we are neighboring countries. So if Guinea had any problem, Guinea was to register that problem with our partners, our international partners. Say, look, this is XYZ that is ongoing. You need to step in to intervene. But nothing of such happened. They just took upon themselves. One morning we woke up and we saw the Guinean troops on our soil. That was one violation. What they did there, bringing armed men into our country, that's declaration of war. So I mean, our country, our government is just weak. They're not doing anything because they will cry. Macron, you go into Macron, what do you expect Macron to do? You go into AU, what do you expect AU to do when these very people does not have respect for our international partners? So Liberia need to take a stand, or else one morning we'll wake up, it will be something else, which we are not praying for. We already know now on our grounds, they are carrying on customs activities on our grounds. You see that? That's complete violation. The people disrespected our sovereignty as a nation.
And which you are 100% right what you're saying. The Guinea is in the wrong, but Liberia is inexperienced how to handle it. This is the problem we're facing now. Look what they're doing. They're sending IG to go and inquire what? Then they're sending the Speaker of the House to go at the border. For what? Tell me what they brought to tell when they got there, what they achieved from there. Tell me, with all our money they're just spending, because every trip they're taking, all the battalion they're taking with them is unnecessary spending. Speaker of the House, what Speaker of the House going to the border for? What did he, when he came back, what did he brought back for us?
Yes, that's true. You got senators from Lofa County, you got representatives from Lofa counties. So why didn't you get them to say, look, the Lofa senators, the Lofa representatives, you need to get together and go to your county and get the actual story about what is unfolding between Liberia and Guinea. But you take all the lawmakers, then you carry them there. What in they brought from over there?
Exactly.
To driving their fan cars to come back, paying our money and come back, and nothing was fruitful from their visitation.
The Guinean army just laugh at them. Isn't this like you and
you reduce our lawmakers to go to Lofa when Lofa got people that are representing the county at the national legislature. Why are you taking Sano lawmaker to go do there? Why are you taking Grand Group lawmaker? Why are you taking Magibi lawmaker to go do there?
Suppose mistakenly that thing was going to go out of hand and no
These
people
people are just bunch of jokers in this country. That thing that happened in Lofa and in Lofa is serious. Maybe we in Monrovia and everything is kind of cool in Monrovia, so we get feel. Remember 1990 war. We're in the same Monrovia enjoying when other people were in other counties were dying. We're not praying for war, and nobody should ever pray for war to come in this country. We shouldn't pray for it. The government need to step in now and see how best they can take seize of that situation. We shouldn't be praying Liberians. We shouldn't be praying for war. No. Let's stop singing this war song.
I mean, we ain't reached to that point yet anyway. By the grace of God, there won't be no war.
We shouldn't pray for war. We shouldn't pray for it. Anybody who's praying for that will condemn you. You are an evil person, because when you pray for bad things to happen to your country, you're now a good person. But the situation, our government need to take charge of it, because if not, when it escalate, when that poo plastic busts, that all of us will smell it. It's very serious.
When the man of God said it to us during the election period, that if this old man come to power, it will be a chaotic scene. And this is exactly what we're experiencing. People's houses being burning, people's home being broken down, people being dying mysteriously. Things are getting harder. This is exactly what the man of God said. But we didn't respect those things. We just because we don't like somebody, one particular person, we say it was
right now we're fighting full war. People hungry, people can eat on time in this country. Then we transportation war again, not ROA, not easy. Parents couldn't afford to send their kids to school. The kids are all in the community getting loose, and all these things happening in our country when we claim to have a government with all the educated people. They say they have come to rescue us. They will rescue the country. See what we are going through today. See what Liberians are going through today. We can't, I mean, every morning you wake up, there's another story. Every morning you wake up, there is another story. It's bad, oh, things are getting out of hand. And you know the way people are desperate. You see everybody walking in the street, they're confused, they're angry. And, you know, just take for instance, man, something pop up in this town. Let's take a few calls, yeah.
The minister didn't know how to curse. You ask them just to curse, they will curse more than anything. But to handle issue like this, it's very hard on them. They are confused, believe me. They know how to handle this border issue. If you think they know how to handle it, it will be like this. Speaker will get up to go to the border to do what? I thought he should have gone to the city to diplomatically handle this. Yeah, big yo, man. These inexperienced people we got, they were condemning the previous government. Oh, the people are inexperienced. Prove to us now that you are experienced.
Protect your people.
Let's open up the lines and hear from our people. Folks, you can call us now, 0776 104 104, 086 500 104. The WhatsApp line is also active. You can call in and make your contribution. The program is from the print news, is brought to you by Crime Stop of Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store, and Mayuba and Sons Incorporated. This is a joint broadcast, Freedom FM and Radio LRB, where we have Suleiman Tunis and Gus Korma. Let's talk to Gus Help as our first caller. Welcome to the show, Gus.
Good afternoon, Wendell. Good afternoon, Esther. Let me say, Eid Mubarak to passing day in the U.S. and all peace loving Liberians who are in tune. Wendell, our lawmakers doesn't seem to be in tune with the kind of power they wield in this country. Considering the situation that is unfolding at the border between Guinea and Liberia, our lawmakers got no business being there. You will never see that in any other part of the world besides Liberia, because Liberia is meant for setting records. They went on a mission of showboating. That place they didn't call for any. That is not even an act of diplomacy in the first place. Questions supposed to be asked. The foreign affairs minister supposed to be summoned. including
the Minister of Internal Affairs,
Internal Affairs and other authorities, for questioning before any action diplomatic can be taken. So I don't understand.
That's why Tunis said they keep taking the wrong steps.
Going to that border or going to Guinea, it was far below diplomacy or below diplomatic procedure. You have a situation in your country, and you know you want to have a peaceful resolve of that situation. You get your member states, including other members that are not part of the Mano River Union, involved, discuss this issue with them, and see how they can invite the two countries to sit on the table. The president got from here went Guinea. They will say what? He came back without any result. The people crossed over into Liberia. I'm hearing that towns into Lofa is being, or how you call it, occupied now by Guineans. If you read or post about Calabar Collie, he said his spring has a 400 acre of rice farm land in Lofa that has been overtaken. So imagine what's going on. And we here play country or play governance with these kind of things. It's very unfortunate.
Thank you, Gus. Thank you very much. Let's come back and take more calls. Let's talk to you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Winner. Good afternoon to Esther.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Edmund. Oh, Edmund, you went off, or somebody just took you off. I don't know what went wrong with your phone. Hope you can call us back. Let's go to the overseas line and talk to Joseph Colley. JK, welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Brother Wendell, and to my sister Esther and Brother Tony. This is Joseph Colley calling from New York. My people, let's be serious. We got a dysfunctional government. These people are not serious. We have to look at it and we got to read between the lines. The first thing is they Pape came to power. They struggling Pape who never had nothing. Came to power, the very ECOWAS that you're talking about, disrespected ECOWAS. When your speaker thing happened, the people came over there, they ignore the people. After the people have been in our country for all these years, sacrificing their life for Liberians, they're not disrespect. I mean, they're not respect them. But now you want to go to ECOWAS for ECOWAS to respect you. And this is a self-inflicted wound by your own minister. That black guy to the man. The people telling you, but they don't want to explain everything to you. But a serious government, you cannot tell what happened like Brother Tony's were talking. In the 80s, I was with my father in Vonjama. When that thing happened between Sierra Leone and Liberia, they are one of our men when we got her. One of our relatives visited us. The whole place was flooded. To go to that. But where is the military? They get testing. The military is not there. The people are on their own on the other side. You sending police. What police going to do down there, my people? Are we serious here? The police going to defend you? International war, the police going to defend you? These people, they're not serious. They just they just function in chaos to steal your money. That's all they're there for. Representatives are going over there eating that money they want. Everybody want to take their own a little share. Now all they're going to that border for, it's not a matter of going to seek something serious or to seek the interest of their Liberian brothers and sisters. And like you people are talking, this is the same thing that the men of God were talking about. Those who are in Lofa there that got some little financial stuff and thing, doing their little thing, now they all in serious problem when this kind of thing unfold.
Yeah.
And this kind of chaotic situation that we have, when you got a dysfunctional government, people who are not serious, they just came to loot. You know when people go loot, there is no organization there.
Okay.
You go look somewhere, everybody on their own to take what they have to take and go. Brother, God bless you all, man. It's not easy, but this is the kind of government you brought on yourself. God bless you.
Thank you, Joe Colley. Let's talk to this person. Good afternoon.
Afternoon,
Yes, good afternoon. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm
Washington calling from New Georgia.
Go ahead. You have a minute. Let's hear your contribution.
I want to say is that we should forget that what I was running the campaign, he said that John Manuel was the reason why on me last one year. It's our contact. If someone was ruling on me was here, but at the time, John we are still on me left. So he will try by all means when he came to make sure that on me stand here. So everything that happens in the there, what I know about it, the government know about it. I did not want to say anything.
Okay.
They know about it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's take another caller. This person. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, or people with them.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Good morning to our freedom leaders in the diaspora, or for the contribution towards our beloved country, for the recognitions, for the public. And I joined this morning for our destination.
I want to take 1 minute to even introduce yourself.
Hello. Poga, you have to shift a little bit. Your line is breaking.
Okay. Am I clear?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No, we say people will not say because we are associate of Mr. George Weah. But that guy is not the issue. The issue that people George Weah at this moment. We have not even gone the stage we are reached. We are dragging. But the man, the character of this man, cashless association, not in the world will say the local country will do what Buhari is going to. Nobody will do it. Our father say you go on, begin to be the vote and give the president 45-year experience. If you want the 45-year experience of Toronto, if you don't talking validation, a disgrace. And what you said is very practically. Why are you expecting all of it? People for granted there, people for salary, carrying it over there. What the impact? What are we going to do? Where is the impact? You know, when you got bunch of, or a lean man, a bunch of caricature kind of power that came to know everything, things how they proceed. We still let people for the only person you know, just for that, just a little fear. What? That's how I go to people. What happened?
Okay.
That's the way forward. But when they put your keep money, actually, they always put a thing in the tattoo. We'll think of it with your pocket. Please, if you really want for it, get on it for your government. Please, reconcile with your.
Thank you. Thank you, Poka. We have to leave it there and take this person. Hello.
That's my car. I'm in the U.S.
Let's hear you, Edmund. Welcome to the show.
And this is why I will support the position of God earlier when he said there was a need for Liberia to close its border. Because you have to take some stand. Hear what we're hearing. They are deploying custom officers. How did they collect money? And when Liberia are entering into give coming back out, you allow them to collect money. To close the border for the both sides. Then the Guinean government will do their own authority will start pressuring on them that we are pressuring our own yet. Then you will concern us on the end. But what's going on now? They know what they did, they know what was the outcome of that meeting. Because as we speak, even the brother that accomplished into Guinea, nothing is coming off from there, nothing is coming off from Guinea, nothing is coming off from our own government. So what is going on? Okay? We are just here and thinking and talking for ourselves. They tell you all nothing. The people are displayed. Then you talk about peace. What kind of peace is that? What kind of diplomacy is that? The first diplomatic mission you went for is still before you go around in Liberia, the diplomacy started. So carry your own people there. Let our own be there. Let our own people the other. Okay? But you can you stay here, you're running away from the people, and every day you want to lie to us, say you are engaging people. What kind of diplomacy is that? And what is the greatest thing? Why are we taking? Okay. Why are they taking? They were talking about they are not entering to that installation, claiming me like that. Look, there's a war on Liberia here. There's a
Okay,
war
thank
that
you.
has been declared on Liberia. When I was checking on that one, somebody will wake up here. We hear Ebola is fire. Ebola is no joke about the Ebola on the TV. It is leadership here. These people will take charge, people will take peace of the body, people cannot allow their country and their crop and their effort to go in green.
Thank you.
Everybody's going to do something. Thank you.
Thank you, Edmond. Let's take two more calls and we'll go to the to Esther to run us through the comments. Let's talk to you. Hello. Oh, we're not going to waste time. Or you call on the radio, you got to talk. We ain't got no time to waste. Let me talk to this person. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, William.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Let's hear you quickly. No time.
Yeah, let me say good morning to people in the U.S. Tony, what's up? Everybody on the show. This is the voice of Sabu Rasta. We are joining the unique conversation from Point 4 Zimbabwe.
Welcome to the show, Sabu. Let's hear you.
Let me tell you, brother, Richard Cole is very weak. Let me tell you, the reason why you see the capital so short and look at the politician is all power. We don't have to go on that. All power is in the people, we know. The reason why they did that because they knew that we know we are many. So that's why we're going capital building. We're doing capital building. That's why the divide was for us to 17 political subdivision. Right, we know. You know, for all the people to represent, but we know.
Exactly.
Exactly, but we can you imagine we to see the people that will come and tell you they are regimes people. We don't need to tell you what to do. We don't tell you, but we know. Every country you see in the world that making progress, you know what is rival for the parliament. They want the parliament with the hand joke. When the parliament today, president had to do the he can't talk. You know, we don't tell you how to say all power. Let me wait beyond and say all is in the people. But we just put them in the work and this, they work out there. But because we just want to stay on, we do so hard to work out. For 3.5 years, so we can you imagine instead of external aggression, whether the armed forces of the blood can go there. But today, you want to see political communication external. That political communication external aggression, we know.
Thank you.
They came to rescue themselves.
Thank you, Esther. Let's run through the comments we have so we can go from here.
Okay, from the comment section, we have, let's go there quickly. We have Stephen Yakade. He says, good morning, following from Cotton Tree, District 2, Lower Margibi County. We have Peter Topa. He says, good morning from Dubot Road. Aloysius Lake. He says, good morning. I'm following live from Congo Town. Uncle Noosh says, good morning, Freedom Family. We have Kadike Passaway. She says, good morning, my favorite friends. I would love to hang out again. Yeah. Henry Tito Jr. says, good morning, my Freedom FM family and the Radio LIB crew from Staten Island, New York City. Not forgetting the one and only weather report, man, Uncle Tunis. I am watching from my residence in Caldwell. Thanks for the update. We have Jordan Seku V. Dole. He says, I'm watching from Bakedu Township, Huadu, Bonin District, Lofa County. We have Christian Roberto Slobber. See that?
I said, I may understand the incursion. Bakedu, it's all closer to all those border towns, you know.
Oh, okay.
They know what's going on.
Yeah. Christian Twister Roberto Slobber says, good morning. I'm watching from somewhere around town this morning. Guinean should understand Liberia is her big brother, so they should have some respect for us, not because we are peaceful, but nothing they can do to Liberia. We have Jiba Kamara says, watching live. Darlington Rue says, good morning, watching from New Georgia Oldfield. Jonathan K. Baller says he's following from the USA. Venetia's Junior Bar says, watching from Newtown. Wale Wea says, good morning, my Freedom FM family. I am following you, your wonderful family from RRA Highway, Ira 2 community. We have Josh Tor. He says, I'm following from Southtown, Grand Crew County. Lion Phillips says, but JMB doesn't respect them too. Matthew Cholope says, Liberian people will forever regret their mistakes. Ellis Cole says, JMB get more to give to the Liberian people. We just seen it. We have Zolkai Zulu says, good morning, guys. Matthew Cholobligan says, Liberian people will forever regret their mistake and they will feel it. What that Nigerian pastor said, Liberians should not vote Bouaka to power, and Liberian people refuse to listen. So everyone else will feel it. And he said, why you think Ellen Johnson Sirleaf never wanted Bouaka to be president? Because Bouaka doesn't have good relationship with people. Secondly, Bouaka doesn't have leadership ability as a person. And that's what Matthew Cholople is saying. We have Pokat Rabba. He says, Pokat no Tito they are new. But let's go. We have good morning, my great patriotic Freedom FM family. And he says he's watching from his unknown destination this morning. Mr. Bouaka, I have to apologize to humble character George Weah for his evil payback. And then we have Bedino King Jabba. He says, God is not making new land. It's only for the windows in Liberia. And
that's a good one. The Guineans were watching Monrovia, you know. And the president said, no, God not making.
You got the president said, God not making new land. So Dumoya
heard that.
Yeah, you're listening to what Liberia president said. Exactly. God not making new land. So you better get up right now and go take our land. All the people here and they took their land. So that's it, man. Guys, let's wrap up from your end so we can go.
All right, I'll go quick. Thank you. Thank you. No, that was good. That was a good segue. God not making new land. You know, I mean, look, man, this president, look, sometimes God can punish wicked. You know, God don't like ugly. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was another president, imagine if this was George Weah, the Lofians, what would they be saying? You know, some of us were from Lofa. We said this stuff. This man is not capable. This man is not the person. Even if we wanted somebody from Lofa, this is not the one we want. We want somebody young, somebody vibrant, somebody that can understand what the Lofians need. But they wanted this traditional man, and there they are. The Lofians will have to deal with this. You know, the T5 then are all ran to Lofa. You know, they think they want to make them Godfather. Well, we'll find out it'll be Godfather now. Godfather of which land? Certainly not the Macona River. So they may have to find somewhere else to be the Godfather. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening, for calling, for posting, adding up to our show this morning, today, this afternoon. We are asking you to please join us this evening by 11 o'clock in your local time, 7 o'clock here in the Eastern time in America. We'll be back for another 2-hour show, and we'll go into detail of what we just discussed, the border issue and some other issues that pertain in Liberia. Again, we say thank you. This is your good friend Suleiman Hashim Tunis coming to you live from Radio LIV here on Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station in the nation capital. We say goodbye, and we'll be back here 11 p.m. in your local time. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Suleiman. Thank you, Gus, and thank you, Esther, for being here. It was a wonderful presentation. God's willing, the entire team will be back here, and you can join us for the midweek presentation on tomorrow, God's willing. Until then, do have a pleasant Tuesday. Bye-bye.